Tom Carnegie if we can. Again, we'll stay with us as long as we can.
And Dave Weber will present the medals to the double overtime winners, the Plymouth Pilgrims.
Here they come, the Plymouth Pilgrims, the 1982 Indiana High School Athletic Association Boys State Basketball Champions. Hilliard Gates, you're down on the floor, right close to the emotion. What's it like out there?
Well, I don't think I've seen a more emotionally spent team than the Gary Roosevelt team. They were weeping bitterly, but they were embraced proudly by members of the administrative staff, by the assistant coaches and the head coach. They're trying to get their emotions back together. Now the elation begins here. This is an emotion of joy, and now here's a proud move. Ron Heflin, the coach of Gary Roosevelt, is shaking hands with every member of the Plymouth Pilgrims.
That is an act I don't know if I've seen before, Hilliard. That took a lot of courage on his part. The championship trophy, the championship medals, presentations by Don Elder of Monroe Central and David Herbert of Mitchell, Indiana. And then we'll have the presentation of the championship trophy and the prestigious Trester Award. Halftime, you saw some of the former Trester Award winners, one of which is my partner sitting to my right, Joe Sexton.
Now, Peterson. He's walked away. Here is Ron Sissle. Scott Skiles. Phil Wendel.
Well, he had a good ball game today.
Larry Johns. Todd Samuelson. Mark Stukenborg. Scott Holland. Jamie Johnson. Here is Coach Jack Edison. Assistant Coach Mike Pettibone. Assistant Coach Tom Eisenbarger. Larry Pinkerton, the principal, and the athletic director, Robert Heilman. There they are, the Pilgrims of Plymouth.
Joe, yesterday in Chast at the Kiwanis Club meeting, Tom Carnegie referred to Plymouth as a town whose power supply was a die-hard battery. Now, he said it in jest. They won't even need that tonight. They can operate off the electricity this ball club has created.
That's for sure.
Now here comes the presentation of the championship trophy by Paul Rumbleman of Counts, Vice Chairman of the IHSAA Executive Committee. Well, there is a proud moment as the entire team gathers around that beautiful piece of art. All right, I will advise our friends up and down the network lines that we will stay on the air until 10:30. We want to give you as much of this post-game enthusiasm as we can. We also want to show you the Trester Award winner that'll be coming up very shortly. So to the program people up and down the line in our multi-station Midwestern-wide network, we will stay on the air until 10:30. Our sincere apologies for any stations, viewers who might have had other plans tonight, but we do not apologize in any way, shape, or form for what has been one of the greatest high school championships in the history of the game in the great state of Indiana. I cannot see Hilliard Gates among the crowd, so Hilliard, if you find somebody you want to chat with, make a noise or wave at me or something.
Well, I'm down here in a crowd, and we're waiting now the presentation of the Trester Award will be made by Gunther Herzog of Fort Wayne Concordia, who's chairman of the IHSAA Executive Committee. And there is great anticipation going on around here. There is a rumor factory building, and they'll have the presentation of the Trester Award momentarily. Here we go. There's Tom.
For the honor of presenting the Mental Attitude Award, I introduce the principal of Concordia Fort Wayne, Gunter Herzog.
The Indiana High School Athletic Association presents a Mental Attitude Award in each of 18 sports in which a tournament is held. In boys basketball, the award is named in honor and memory of the first commissioner of the IHSA, Arthur L. Trester. This award is presented to a senior student who is nominated by his principal and coach and who excelled in mental attitude, athletic ability, scholarship, and leadership during his 4 years of high school. The IHSAA Executive Committee has selected this year's recipient, and I would ask the parents to come and join in this moment. This year's selection for the Arthur L. Trester Award is Philip Wendel of Plymouth.
As soon as he gets a little more composed and the photographers get some of their shots.
Philip Wendel is an honor student, wants to major in education, criminal justice, or business in college. Made the academic all-state basketball first team. Also a Law Day essay contest winner in Plymouth. Hilliard Gates is up on the platform with him, and we'll talk with him in just any moment, Hilliard.
His mother has just joined us down here. Philip, I watched you play last week in Fort Wayne. I saw you play magnificently here in Indianapolis all day and all night. I congratulate you. You're among the most deserved winners of this award that I've ever seen.
Thank you. I don't know what to say. I'm so happy. It's the best award I'll ever get. That's all I can say.
Well, it was a marvelous thing to win the championship and then get the double dip with this award.
It is. It's great. It's having your cake and eating it too.
Well, I know about your grade level back at Plymouth. I know how hard you work, and you're not only good in basketball, you're good in other sports, and I think that's magnificent. I congratulate you. Mrs. Wendel, congratulate you.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm so happy and proud of Phil and the whole team.
When you can win a championship and also win the individual award, that's everything.
That's everything. And my family's right here.
Bring them up here.
Okay.
Get them all up there, Hilliard. Bring them all up there.
Where are they? You introduce them. These are people I don't know.
Phil's mother's name is Geraldine.
My daughter, Kathy Jones.
Hi, Kathy.
Hi.
Who else?
The oldest.
What a sight. What a view here. Who is this?
This is John.
Hi, John. Congratulations. Who's behind him there?
That's my oldest son, Don. And this is his twin brother, Paul.
Paul?
Phil's twin brother, Paul.
Well, you know, he looks like Todd Samuelson anyway.
Yeah.
The brother-in-law. We've got everybody here. There's nobody left in Plymouth. Congratulations, everybody. Congratulations. There it is, Jerry.
Well, Hilliard, I tell you what. There are a lot of things in sports that are not particularly nice, but this is one of those great moments, Joe. Scoot over a little bit. When the families can get involved and they can somehow reap some of the rewards and benefits. And I know when your ball club was beaten, when Tech was beaten for the title, and you won the Trester Award,
Guess who's...
I don't know what to say. I'm so happy. It's the best award I'll ever get. That's all I can say.
Well, it was a marvelous thing to win the championship and then get the double dip with this award.
It is. It's great.
Tell me what you see. You ain't seen the
Take a lot of the sting away, but you had to be very proud of yourself.
Well, I was, happy about that, but it was a tough situation. I think the IHSAA deserves a lot of credit for involving the families here. I think that's a nice move that they make, and I think that really is good. And of course, they're always thinking about the right things to do.
On the screen is Scott Skiles. There's that. See the mark. Another very happy young lady on the floor right now with Hilliard Gates.
This is Judy Edison, wife of Jack Edison, the state championship basketball coach. Congratulations. You're overwhelmed.
Oh, I certainly am. I've just been praying for this all year.
Well, you've been toiling for 9 years as the wife of a head coach. Your husband has been on the staff for 16 years. I know how hard he's worked. I've seen him in Fort Wayne and other semi-states when he was the assistant to Steve Yoder, now at Ball State. And you've got to be so proud of him and these young men.
I am. I am very, very proud.
Did you ever give up hope here tonight? Kind of came close, didn't it?
I was a little worried.
Must have been the most sensational game you've ever
It
seen.
definitely was.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Judy. All right,
I think
Jerry.
that is that Lisa and Michael? They're youngsters.
Yeah, Lisa and Michael here. Are you Michael? Congratulations, Mike. How old are you?
5.
And Lisa, how old are you?
9.
How do you feel right now?
Happy.
Congratulations. All right, Jerry.
All right, Hilliard, Lisa and Michael and the wife, Judy. Well, the crowd continues to mill at Market Square Arena. Over 17,000 were on hand again tonight. And I don't know how in the world, Joe, to recap a game like this. Help me if I blow something along the way here. Plymouth started out like a house of fire. In fact, that might have been a problem. They ran out of steam about halfway through the second period. They were up by 12 points in the first quarter. They led 22-14 after the opening period of play. At halftime, they were up by 5, 30-25, but I think the sign had been kind of set, Joe. They were beginning to run out of steam, and you brought up the point. Could they continue in the second half?
That's exactly right. We just felt that they had to reach down a little deeper if they possibly could, and we didn't know if they could. In fact, we counted them out at least once.
Oh, yeah. For the Plymouth fans, we didn't mean to upset you, but the fact of the matter was, at that point in time, they were all but finished. But somehow they came back in the third quarter, trailed by 7. So indeed, at the end of 3 periods of play, we're down by 7, 45-38. And then that's something that happens, and nobody can explain it. They found that extra burst of energy. They tied it on a Scott Skiles shot at the end of regulation time, 60 all. At the end of the first overtime, 65 all, and they win it 75-74. Skiles with 39 points.
But when you get behind like they were, and the reason that we were so convinced that they were going to have a hard time coming back and winning the state championship game was the fact that to get back in the game, first of all, you have to get some rebounds. Well, they're smaller to start with. But then you have to get some steals. Well, they're so tired they can't get a loose ball. We remarked about that during the game. So they couldn't get the loose ball. They couldn't get the steal. We didn't see any way how they were going to come back and, to do what they had to do to get back in the game.
And you could see in the motion, Skiles' free throw shot wasn't working for about a period.
Absolutely.
And then suddenly
he got it back.
He found it again.
And he makes that had to be 20 feet, that jumper that he hit to tie the ball game to send it into overtime.
And Plymouth sweeps it all. It's really the icing on the cake when you get the Trester Award on top of everything else.
I think that's wonderful. And he certainly is a deserving young man.
Well, again, not to overlook Gary Roosevelt, this team totally unheralded, played a great ball game. And the final again in double overtime. First time since 1913 we've had a multiple overtime basketball game in the state championship. Is 75-74 in double overtime. Joe Sexton and I have thoroughly enjoyed it. Good luck to you and your Butler Bulldogs next year.
All right, thank you, Jerry.
And our thanks to Hilliard Gates. Another pleasurable experience with you also tonight, Hilliard. Any reproduction of our telecast is strictly forbidden without the express written permission of the Indiana State High School Athletic Association, who also has approval of the announcers we use in our telecast. Final again in double overtime, 75-74. The Plymouth Pilgrims, for the first time in their school's history, are the state champions. This is Jerry Baker saying so long, everybody.